Professional sport is full of stories about players who have struggled with alcohol, gambling, and other excesses. To some fans, it may seem strange to see an idol, someone who is playing the sport they love, wasting their hard-earned cash on extracurricular activities, but it's very easy to see why. When you're being paid $134 million a year and have more spare time than an average Joe, gambling and drinking become a huge temptation. According to a recent report by Sporting Body in England, professional athletes are twice as likely to be addicted to gambling as normal people. Anecdotally, that feature seems to be higher amongst NBA players, and there's a huge selection of the craziest NBA gambling stories of all time. But before we begin though, please like the video, subscribe to the channel, and hit that bell icon to stay notified for future uploads. Up first, we have Michael Jordan. To many fans and pundits, Michael Jordan is widely regarded as the greatest NBA player of all time. While that may be up for debate, something that isn't is the former player's penchant for all-out gambling fun. During his playing career, Jordan could regularly be seen in Atlantic City wagering high stakes at all manner of casino games. It wasn't just casinos where Jordan's love of gambling got the better of him. One former teammate claims to have seen Jordan betting up to $100,000 on the outcome of a game of rock, paper, scissors. Golf was another passion of Jordan's, but he couldn't even enjoy that without a friendly wager, often plumping $300,000 on the outcome of the round. All of that pales in significance to his biggest reported loss of $1 million behind a closed-door casino game. Up next, we have Charles Barkley. For Charles Barkley, losing $1 million was nothing more than a weekly occurrence at one stage. If losing $1 million in one gambling game sounds horrendous, then can you imagine doing it 30 times? That was the reality for former Sun star Charles Barkley, who got caught up in a trap of chasing his losses in Vegas. Similarly to Jordan, Barkley had no particular favorite casino game. He just liked to win, but unfortunately, he wasn't quite as good at gambling as he was at basketball. Describing his biggest period of gambling, Barkley said that every time he went to Las Vegas, he would do so with the aim of winning at least $1 million. Barkley lived up to his ambition on 10 occasions, but it was in his pursuit of the big bucks that led him astray, causing him to wager more and more money in pursuit of that elusive $1 million mark. All that is behind the former NBA player, and now he's admitted in a recent interview that he has more control over his gambling. Barkley claimed that he was happy to stop when he was $200,000 down now, rather than throwing good money after being bad in pursuit of big wins. Although anyone that is happy to lose $200,000 gambling probably can't claim to have resolved their gambling problems entirely. NBA coaches would be well advised to recommend alternative ways to gamble to players like Charles Barkley, such as online casinos, an alternative to traditional flashy Las Vegas-style venues, and online casinos have so much stricter regulations in place to encourage responsible gambling. Measures such as being able to set maximum wagering amounts, self-exclusion programs, and game time reminders, all to help make stories like the above one much less commonplace at reputable gambling sites. One such casino operator is 777, a trusty and highly recommended site that a great atmosphere that actively encourages responsible gambling is considered by many as the top line of the online casinos. Up next, we have J.R. Smith. NBA stars love splashing their cash in the famous Las Vegas casinos. J.R. Smith developed a cult persona among Cleveland fans thanks to his strange mannerisms on the court and his peculiar interviews. However, his strangest moment came from away the court when his multi-million-dollar mansion in Denver was burgled by thieves. The item that Smith was most aggravated to have stolen was a suitcase which contained his gambling money. It was reported that the suitcase contained almost $15,000 in a range of different notes. Keeping thousands of dollars in a suitcase for gambling must be a run-of-the-mill activity for a rich and famous sports star. And finally, in the last spot, we have Charles Oakley. What is the name Charles, basketball, and gambling? Charles Oakley's passion for gambling was probably more akin to Michael Jordan's than Charles Barkley's. While Oakley was a big fan of casino games, he really got his kicks from friendly wagers with his teammates. In 2000, he decided to shoot some dice with Tyrone Hill in a hotel room before a playoff game. The wager between the two stood at a reported $54,000, in which Oakley won. Despite winning such a large sum from his teammate, Oakley was far from pleased with how his debts repaid him. Oakley argued that Hill took way too long to pay the debt, and because of this, the figure had doubled it to $108,000. Hill took exception to this arbitrary doubling in the debt and refused to cough up the extra money. Tension boiled over ahead of the preseason game, with Oakley peppering Hill with balls before squaring up to him and slapping him. While that may have gone wrong some way to venting Oakley's frustrations, it didn't help his bank balance, as he was later fined $10,000 by the NBA. So, there you have it, guys. Did you like today's video? Let us know in the comment section down below. With this, we're going to wrap up today's video. If you enjoyed it, please make sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more incredible videos. We hope to meet you guys again in the next video, and until then, adios.